Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a Chosen's Corner episode with JGigs. He's been a good friend of mine for a long time. Haven't met up with this guy to have a conversation or do a vid for a while. It's been like probably 6 months at this point. So I reached out to him, wanted to get together and kind of talk about his thoughts on Raid currently and some other games he's kind of been diving into, and just have kind of a casual conversation about Raid, other games, and life in general. So let's get into it. Alrighty, and now I'm gonna be hopping into the vid with JGigsy here. It's been a while, man. How you been?
Yeah, it's been a minute. I've been good. How you doing, man?
Doing good, hanging in there. So what's new with you? I know you're up in New York, which has been kind of an area of America with a lot going on. So how you hanging in there?
Yeah, we're making it. It's a different world than it was a year ago, for sure. But we're getting through it. It'll be all right.
Okay, well that's good to hear. And how are you doing in terms of like content and gaming in general? Are you still feeling good about Raid? Are you dabbling into other games? What's kind of your mindset right now in terms of like running your channel and your gaming time and all that?
Yeah, I'm taking a hit a little bit, doing not exclusively Raid. I'm trying to upload a bunch of different games and start diversifying a bit, and try not to have my whole livelihood based on Raid, because I don't know what they're doing, man. It's hard to know what Plarium's doing. So if they take themselves down, I don't want to go with them. So taking a temporary hit, and hopefully in the next few months get everything leveled back out, but with a bunch of different games. So.
Oh, cool. And which other content have you mostly been diving into?
I think it's looking like it's going to be a lot of Disney Sorcerer's Arena, Marvel Strike Force, and then there's this new game I'm in the beta for, called Genshin Impact.
Okay.
And it's just incredible, man. I'm
Is it really?
very excited about it. Yeah, it is so good, man.
I thought I saw one of your thumbnails was about it or something. I didn't watch the video, but yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's this mobile game that's going to have PC, PS4, and eventually Nintendo Switch compatibility. And I mean, it looks like Breath of the Wild, but it's a mobile game, and I'm having a blast with it, man.
Oh, is it that good? I might have to check it out. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Is there a release date like in the works, or like is this a 2-year thing or a 6-month thing, or?
I think they're really shooting for this year. So I think this is the last beta. This is the second or third beta they've done. I believe this is the last one, and they're shooting for this year. So I really hope that they get that done, because I'm ready for this to get out so everybody can play it.
Oh, cool. Okay, so within 6 months then, hopefully. Gotcha.
Yeah, hope so.
Cool. Well, I do want to get your thoughts, because I did see one of your thumbnails as well was talking about your opinions on 3v3 Arena, shifting to a little bit of a discussion here about Raid. And I know your thumbnail said you both like it and hate it. So I was going to get a little bit more insight for those who haven't stopped by your channel recently on what exactly you meant by both you like it and hate it. And I'll see if I kind of agree or disagree.
Yeah, so I mean that I like it, and I hate that I like it.
Okay.
It bugs me that I like it as much as I have, because I still take the stance that it's not really new content. They basically have this tendency to take existing content and add a layer to it. Nightmare campaign and an extra clan boss difficulty, and now Arena with some 3v3 sprinkled on it. So I wanted to not like it, but I think what really pulled me in was just having to build some more teams, deciding I wanted to build some teams and play around, and having a reason to go in and do that. It's been a minute since I've needed to do that. So that got me interested again. So I found myself logging in just to use my 3v3 Arena tokens. I don't even hit clan boss most days, but I do my 3v3. So I don't know why it bugs me, but it's fun.
Yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential. I would have liked to see dynamic placements instead of just throwing everyone in bronze 1, and I would have liked to see like people that are in gold get placed in gold 1 and start fighting it out. People that are in silver get placed in silver 1 and fight it out. People in bronze get placed in bronze 1 and fight it out.
Right.
Because it's got to be really demoralizing for people that are like level 40, they've been playing for 3 weeks, and like it's basically platinum arena. Like it's just Everybody has Arbiter, Lysandra, Tormund, and it's like 3 teams that are just, and you're just like, okay, well, I guess I'll check that in a month from now.
Yeah, the amount of Rotos I'm seeing in bronze is just wild. It kind of feels like normal arena with all the deterioration in the accounts. It feels like 3v3 arena from the start is just as hard as regular arena is now for new players. So they just can't catch a break.
Yeah, they've gotta do something about removing the inactive accounts. Like every week at reset, they should remove accounts that didn't fight that week, so that you're just, keeping it fresh.
Yeah, an inactive bracket, a wood bracket or something like.
Yep, exactly. Or just add another tier below where they can drop into eventually and just be out of the mix. Yeah, that would be an easy fix as well. So what champions have you built that you didn't build before, or have you even had to change anything? Or
I still use my original team, which was the Tormund, Valkyrie, Ignatius, and Molly, and I finally used my Duchess. I wanted Duchess forever and finally pulled her and then didn't do anything with her, so I'm using her. I dusted off the Scartorsus.
Yeah, he's a good one.
He's a fun one to have in there. I got to dig in and mess around a little bit. We got Saris and Monster in there, and I realized I screwed up my Sir Nick, so I'm not using him. But yeah, it was fun to pull out some champs. And then I recently pulled a War Mother and was it Suzerain from that last 2X, I think?
Lord Suzerain?
Yeah.
Or I mean, Suzerain Catan. Suzerain Catan.
Yeah. I think it was him. So I may try to do something fun with them, throw together a little bomb squad with War Mother or something, but...
Yeah, there's an opportunity to build some different teams. Are you in Bronze 2? Did you rank up on the first week?
I think I'm in Bronze 2. I think I'm in Bronze 2, and my meter's full again, so I think I'm waiting to be promoted again.
Oh, waiting to rank up? Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep telling people you got to give it a few weeks for like the elite players to kind of work their way up, so that it can kind of shake up, and your early to mid game players will have more of a chance. You got to give it time for the placements to kind of filter out.
Right. I wonder how hard it would have been to have a placement system where you do like 10 fights. I guess that's not quite as easy as something like Overwatch, right?
Yeah, because
harder to grade.
They do that in like StarCraft and Overwatch, where you play a few matches and it places you. The problem is in Raid, I guess you could just kind of like throw on purpose and get placed.
That's true too. Yeah.
But I don't know what the benefit to that would be, because you would just be starting from behind and have to work your way up. So if you're going for those one-time rewards.
Yeah.
And how they structured it, I think it's going to be harder to get into gold than I thought it was before it went live. Because if you're only ranking up the top third every week, if you have a week or two where you don't rank up, it's going to be hard to catch up.
Yeah, and it's only going to get harder as you climb.
Yeah, you got to be in the top third, and then the top third of that top third, and then the top third of that top third that was the top third. So you're just constantly slicing the cake thinner. It's going to be really hard to rank up here in like just 2 or 3 weeks. And it looks like, did they just like randomly, did you hear anything about this? Did they change the tokens from 5 to 10? Like just unannounced? Like,
yeah, I never heard anything. I logged in the other morning and noticed I had 10. I was like, okay, I'll take them.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like a temporary thing. They started it as 5 to give people the hang of it, and they were planning to bump it up to 10 the whole time, or if they got backlash from people saying, "Oh, I'm done with my fights in 2 minutes," and I'm
right.
Or so if they, I don't know what that was. I don't remember hearing anything about it. So I didn't know if you did or.
No, what I haven't noticed actually is if the cost to refill went up.
I don't think it did.
No?
I think it stayed at. I'll bump it up here real quick and look.
That'd be kind of impressive. Look at them doing something.
Yeah, just bumped it up from
nice.
5 to 10. Maybe that was their plan the whole time. Like, we're gonna start it at 5, make people rage, and then we know we're gonna bump it up to 10 anyway. So we'll make it look like we're doing something super nice. We'll bump it up.
That's what I thought they were doing with the level cap increase, but no energy I thought they had plans to do it all along, but they were gonna say they weren't gonna do it,
Yeah.
pretend they were listening to feedback and then do it. But I didn't want to give that theory out publicly because I thought maybe if I call them out on it, then they won't do it. But they didn't have plans at all. Like, it
Oh
would have been
yeah.
so easy.
Yeah, that's true. That would have been, that's a missed opportunity for them to be like, okay, guys, we listened to your feedback and we can tell you're upset
Right.
about this. So
We're turning over a new leaf and
we're
trying to
gonna,
listen, and
yeah, we're gonna give
we're
you,
eating it up.
when you get to level 100, it'll be 150 energy instead of 130 or something. Yeah, that was a but that would cost them so much money because the people that make it to the end game, typically that get to level 60, level 70, level 80, are spending a decent amount of money on energy. So you'd just be kind of shooting yourself in the foot by
Yeah.
making the refills a lot more efficient. But it would have been kind of like an investment. Like you do something nice for your player base, and in turn they would play longer and they would be recommending the game to more people. So yeah, you might take a loss short term, but it's kind of like you buy some stock now and your checking account goes down, but 5 years from now that stock is worth more.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe the act of nice or good faith or whatever would have brought some spenders back, because I know a lot of people have stopped spending, and I don't think it would be hard to win them back. You just have to, not look like you just. I don't know, man. They aggravate me so bad.
I know. I see your videos. I love them. I'll link to your stuff down below. But guys, you got to check out Gigsy's comedy videos where he dresses up as the Plarium CEO and responding to Darth. I bet you had a lot of fun making those.
Yeah, that was. I told him I was actually grateful to him too, because it's been a minute since I felt inspired to make a skit. And when he uploaded that first video, within the first minute of watching it, I just had the idea. And by the end of the video, I was like, I got to do this right now. So I just jumped up and recorded it. So
So,
it
so
was fun.
I noticed you do the voices yourself. Like you'll be the CEO talking, and then you'll have yourself in the background saying, "No, don't say it like that. Let's start over."
Right.
How tough is that to work out? Do you have to like record everything separately and then fit it in? And like, as a content provider, I think that would be hard to make like two different audio tracks and like fit in my lines in between my other lines and in a different voice. So what's your system there?
Usually I write before I do it, and then when I'm doing the parts that you see on video, I finish my line out loud, and then in my head, I say my other line to myself. So I try to kind of gauge
The timing.
how much time. With that one, I did no writing. I literally put on the costume and I hit record and I just started talking, and I just left pauses at what I thought might be appropriate times. And then in Premiere, I just have another audio track and I hit record and I watched it. And when I felt like I should say something as the other guy, I just said it. So that was the easiest one I've ever done, and it involved no planning. So there might be something to that in the future. We'll
Yeah,
see
that's a
how
good
it
way to
goes.
do it. You just kind of watch it yourself from a different viewpoint and then throw in lines.
Right. Yeah, that worked a lot better, because the times that I've tried to write it, sometimes I don't leave myself enough space, and I have to trim the audio so tightly that I think sometimes it cuts off weird. But yeah, winging it seemed to be the way to go. So might be how
Yeah,
we do it from now on.
that's awesome. And do you see yourself playing Raid another 6 months to a year? Are you getting burned out? Are you like one step out the door? Are you hanging in there? What's kind of your mindset?
I think the decision to take some of the pressure off and play and upload other games and stop caring quite as much about the daily views has made it a lot easier to play Raid and continue to make content for it. When it was my exclusive game and it was, aggravating, it was making YouTube aggravating. So I think chilling out a little bit and opening up will probably keep me around Raid for a while, unless it gets to a point where it just, if there's a couple of other real big bad moments like there have been in the last year, and the other games are going well, I don't see why I would stay. But I do like the game in spite of Plarium and in spite of all the aggravating things about it. I think that they're still right on the brink of having a really killer game. They just have to kind of get their stuff together and improve the relationship a little bit.
Yeah, and I wonder if like the state of the world made it tougher on these companies to crank out content. Like I don't know if they're able congregate everybody into the office, and I don't know if people are having to work from home. I guess we don't really get any insight on the on the company operations. I'm not trying to like make excuses or anything, because obviously there's lots of easy things that could be done. That would help the game out. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, I'm sure, that isn't known. And I'm sure some people are going to be curious, is that beta that you were just touting as absolutely amazing, is that something available to anybody, or was that kind of like a special content creator thing? Or
yeah, it's something you applied for in advance, so it's not everybody can do it now, but like I said, maybe they'll do an alpha, like or not an alpha, maybe they'll do something after this closed beta where kind of everybody can play. I don't know what their plans are. I've only, do you know Petty Parade? Have you seen him around? He's an old raid guy, and he does Dragon Raja stuff, and he's the one that told me about this Genshin Impact thing. He knows a lot more about it than I do, so he's kind of the one. Rather than really do research, I just pick his brain. So yeah. I'm repeating stuff I've heard from him. But hopefully everybody gets access to it soon, because this is one I'm really excited for people to check out.
Is it a summoning gacha?
So I just hit a point where those aspects of the game kind of revealed themselves, and there are aspects to it, but it's definitely got a different vibe. It does not feel like any other mobile, quote unquote, mobile game I've ever played. And I don't know what the prices are going to be like, but the devs seem solid. Historically, they've made pretty good games, and I don't think people have big problems with them. So I fingers crossed that the devs are as good as the game, because the game is fantastic.
And is it comparable to Raid? What's similar and what's different?
No, it's really not at all. It's totally, it really plays like Breath of the Wild. It's this open world, really pretty art style, and you build your team, but you've got one character that you're controlling, and you just switch between them depending on what you need to do in the fight. And there's apparently a lot of it I don't know yet. I know people are a lot deeper into it than I am, because I'm still making a lot of other videos, and there's some people that are just playing this game if they're awake while we're in the beta. So
so it's more active. It's not like auto. You don't just tick auto and let it go.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be an auto battle feature like when you get near enemies, but it's not. It seems like it's going to have some gacha elements and some mobile game elements, but it's definitely more of like a play the game. It feels like a Nintendo Switch game, honestly.
Okay, yeah. So it's really not comparable. It's a different style.
Yeah,
okay.
Very different.
Okay, cool. So I won't take up too much of your time, but it's been fun, and I'm glad you're kind of diving into other stuff and having fun and keeping me on the loop. I know you were my go-to guy when I had the Calibria stuff going on. I was like, Gigs, I got this. Is Lich any good? Do you still play Calibria at all?
I do. I log in, and
you were kind of like the Calibria guy in the Raid community.
Yeah. I'm still around. I'm still playing around on Raid or Calibria a little bit.
Cool. Well, anything you want to say as you take off here, or say goodbye or shout out or anything?
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me. It's always fun to hang out and chat with you. Good time, man.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do it again sometime. So yeah, thanks for taking the time, man. I appreciate you.
You got it, man. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. Alrighty, that's going to do it for this video. And again, a huge shout out to JGigs for taking the time to join me. It was a lot of fun. I will link to his channel down below. It's a really good channel with lots of good content on there, so definitely check it out. And I had a lot of fun catching up with him again. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.